we do. Go.
Okay, so we've got more people now, which is awesome. I was going to do an icebreaker, which is the 2 truths and 1 lie, which you guys have all done before. And I thought it was going to be fun, but I've only got a 10-minute video, and there's like a bunch of you now, and if we did 2 truths and 1 lie, by the time we were done, we'd have like 1 minute to talk about everything. So I'm going to kind of skip past that. I'm going to skip past introductions because you guys already know each other. You guys are band kids. When it comes to counseling sessions, just so you guys know, there are things that everything that we say here is going to stay here, so we're not going to talk about it outside of this. And anything that's said is confidential unless you say something along the lines of someone's going to hurt you, you're going to hurt somebody else, something along. So if there's a danger, then you go to all that stuff. But other than that, everything that was said here is confidential. So if you guys really want to actually say some hardcore stuff, feel free. All right. This, for those that weren't here last time, this is the ball of talking. You can't talk unless you have this ball. This is a magic ball. All right. So I'm just going to kind of dig into it because we have so many people here and I want to get everybody's opinions on stuff. So last time we were talking about test-taking anxiety, and I had these 3 with me, and they don't really particularly seem to have test-taking anxiety. They get nervous, regular nerve type stuff, but they rock as far as taking tests. They get all calm and chill and relaxed. So we'll kind of start off with them, and we'll kind of work our way around a little bit, and just talk about how you prepare for tests. And if you have a lot of anxiety and you're I don't know how to calm myself down for a test, then we can kind of start getting answers from everybody else. So I'm going to start with MJ. You can bounce the ball or throw the ball; it's your choice. But if you want to say something, just raise your hand and he'll pluck it at you. Not too hard. All right. So tell us about your test taking skills.
Oh, for example, today I did PSAT.
That's right, PSAT.
Some of you took it, right? No.
Who here didn't take the PSAT? Just the seniors. So everybody else here, 3.5 hours of testing.
Was any of you anxious when you were taking it?
Yeah, I was anxious. I would have hunger.
Why?
Because of something.
I can eat some balls at a time. And I'm the counselor. Don't.
Anyway.
So just talk about yourself.
So in my opinion, the only way that you could be not to be anxious is to go to your happy place. Or if you know that you're probably gonna fail, then just face the truth. Don't be nervous about it. I mean, if you're screwed, you're screwed. You know? I mean, there's no other way out of it unless you can do something about it.
Well, how about this? If you are not prepared for a test, let's say you didn't do the right studying, and you're totally out of your elements, what are some good ideas that you could do to fly? What are some things that you could do if you're stressed out and you know you're not going to have a good test? What are some ideas that you guys could throw about amongst each other? What would you do?
For the PSATs, I started.
Let's say you didn't do your studying and but you want to do well. So you're not just gonna throw in the hat, all right?
Well.
You want to do well, but you didn't do enough studying, so you're kind of freaked out. What would you do?
Well, I didn't study, so what I did was I woke up, had a nice breakfast, and hope for the best.
Okay.
I would say.
He had his hand up.
I would say what
It's
MJ
coming.
said, but don't throw in the towel. Is go to your happy place. Do something that makes you happy. We said the 3 of us enjoy cooking, so we can do that in the morning. Make ourselves a nice breakfast, do stuff like that.
Right, so I actually never study for tests. I've never studied for tests. Always ace test. I'm not bragging.
He's that guy that everybody hates.
And last year
guy.
for AP World. So yeah, I actually had to study on that. But today, I don't know. I didn't do anything. I just woke up at 6:30 in the morning. Came way over here, some meeting, no 0 period, unfortunately, and then I just took the test. It was easy. I don't know.
The nice thing about the PSAT is it is just a practice version of the test. So if things don't go your way, it's just a practice one. But the nice thing about it is it gives you an idea of what the questions are going to be like, and it gives you an idea of the format, how the timing goes. How many of you guys, when you were taking the test, all of a sudden it was oh my gosh, we're out of time already?
Well, yeah.
No.
We only had 25 minutes for 47 question sections.
No, it's 60 minutes for 47, and you had 25 minutes for
It was 14 questions.
17 questions.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was I mean, time was reasonable, but you just take too much
But
time.
it goes really, really fast as you're doing everything.
You take too much
Let's hear from
time.
Alejandro.
I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to say.
No,
Well, how do you do you get nervous when you take tests?
sometimes depends. Like depends on the test. Like in a math test, like I didn't study at all. Like the test for yeah. Tuesday. Yeah, the log test. I didn't study and I was figuring out. I got stressed, and then I got an A in it because I got calm.
How'd you calm yourself down?
How did I do that?
How did I do that?
How? Next question, actually. I don't know.
All right. Let's see what Alan has to say.
Well, like the test I like that it goes worse in is AP Chem. Yeah, and like, well, what I do, like, when I sit down, like, Dr. Gill's like, okay, guys,
Dr. Gill.
test. Like, okay, like, so I like, just like, okay, since I know I'm not gonna do so well, it's just like when I get the test, like, I basically try to do like what I know, like look to, like for the next problems for references and stuff. But like today for the PSAT, I was like, well, last night, well, I got home yesterday, I was like, hey, no homework. I'm like, start an essay I have to do Friday. I didn't. I was like, okay, then I might as well study. I got hungry, and then I opened my computer. I fell asleep. Like I woke up at night. I ate again. Then I woke up this morning. I was like, well, cause like so there was no zero period. I woke up still at like 6 or 5, like yeah 6:03. I woke up. I was like, hey, I can study. Took a shower. I just laid down there until like the bus came. And like when I got here, like when I went to the classroom, I just like sat down, like I was calm, and then like I saw that the teacher took out the booklets, and like I kind of got nervous. I was like, oh, like I'm gonna have to take this test, but then I like, oh well, I just thought it's a practice test. Like all this happened in like about like 5 seconds. Like okay, so I was like, I got over it, like it was pretty relatively easy.
All right. I think it depends on which like subject I'm taking that I get nervous for tests. Like I always get nervous for Gil's test because for some reason I could study all day and I still fail them. It's horrible. But okay, so for today for the PSAT, like I went over like the packets for like 20 minutes, and then like I was like, okay, whatever. And then like today, I don't know, like I came and I wasn't really like as nervous as I thought I would be. But I was just kind of like, okay, I need to do good on this. Because, like, if you do good on PSATs, you, like, qualify for, like, a bunch of scholarships and stuff like that. So, of course, that's, like, good. So it's just like, okay. And then everything was, like, easy until I got to the second math part. And I was, like, really tired. And I was just like, oh, God, I don't want to do this anymore.
3.5 hours, yeah.
I know. And then, like, okay, I had, like, 10 questions to answer. And then the guy was like, you have 5 minutes left. And I was like, well,
I like how she
okay.
imitates his voice.
So I kind of just like looked at the questions and I was just like, I can't answer these. And like, I didn't know that this year, or that like, okay, the new PSAT, you could guess on them
Mm-hmm.
and they won't penalize you for it. So I didn't guess on them. Now I feel dumb.
Okay,
How do you handle test taking?
fall asleep. When I get nervous, I fall asleep. So whenever I take a test, I like normally fall asleep. For the AP test, I was writing my essay. I fell asleep and I woke up. I thought I was done with the essay. I wasn't done with the essay. So I just moved on to the next essay thinking that I finished it. But then I reflected back on it and I was like, that's why I got a 2. So like last night, yeah, I was talking to someone and I was getting all nervous and then I fell asleep and I forgot to study. But normally when I don't study, I do pretty good. But when I do study, I fail the test.
That's a new strategy. So let me ask this: for those of you guys who took the PSC today, what did you guys think of how everything was? Like as far as timing everything, as far as like, because when you take a test in class, you have your class period to finish it generally. Sometimes the teacher will be like, you got 10 minutes to do this, but this was, it's so strict of you start now, you stop now, take a stretch break. You start now, you stop now, take a stretch break. It's so formatted. What did you guys think of that kind of testing? Don't worry about the. Okay, throw the ball of talking. Bless you.
Well, we didn't really have this kind of thing like that. Our proctors usually all they did was they gave us the first section and then the second section together, and then we had like a 15-minute break, and then they gave us the rest, and we didn't get like breaks in the middle.
Okay, so it wasn't. They didn't really follow the schedule then. All right. Anybody else? Oh, they want to talk. Go ahead.
I'd say eating relieves anxiety and nervousness. Because, I don't know, if you're eating, you're not in
Everything's about
danger.
food with Eliezer.
I love food.
Melissa.
Okay, well, we didn't have a 15-minute break. We had like 1-minute breaks.
30 seconds.
Yeah, like, okay, the teacher that I had, she was kind of like behind on everything, so we didn't even get to fill out like all the stuff at first, and she was just, okay, skip it, we gotta start the test. So then we just started the test, and then like,
So did the teacher add more stress to the taking of the test?
yeah, she was like, this is so comfortable.
Okay, let's not say bad things about
So-
teachers. Not on tape, at least.
I don't have blood
Yeah, who
stress.
cares?
So then, I don't know, like, okay, like on timing, I think, like, I never finished the English one. I'm always like 3 problems, like 4 problems away, and I'm just like, damn it. But I think the math is pretty reasonable, except that, like, I'm falling asleep. And, like,
That's at the end of the test, so that's a little bit tougher.
I know.
All right. Well, all right. So you guys, I have to do one more of these, so we'll come back and we'll do this again next week. Again, if you want to bring more people, I'd like to get as many people as you can, because if we can help people and actually, because it seems like you guys are all pretty good at taking tests.
Not a result.
Well, you maybe fall asleep during tests apparently, but you guys all seem to be pretty good at taking tests. So if you want to, if you know of anybody who actually has problems, bring them in, and maybe they can get some ideas that can actually help them. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you.